I'm Heyzeus, and what the... Okay, so there's just been a medium-sized update to CS2. There's a bunch of changes to gameplay, there's changes to chickens, there's map changes, there's bug fixes, but for the purposes of my channel, there's one change we are really interested in, and this is this one here. So according to the change notes, when players open a Kilowatt case with a key, they will have the option to rent the entire Kilowatt collection, excluding the rare special item, for a week instead of receiving an item from the collection. These equipped rented items will be replaced with the stock version of the weapon when the rental period expires. Rented weapons cannot be modified, traded, or sold on the Steam market. So this is a massive change, massive and really not expected at all. Valve haven't changed the way cases work for over 10 years at this point, but now there's a second option for what you can do with them. So checking it out in game, you can see there is a rentable icon on the Kilowatt case. Now, it is only the Kilowatt case you can rent. You know, older cases don't have it, as you can see with these Prisma cases. And we're just gonna go unlock it. Okay, so there's now two buttons. This could be potentially quite confusing if you're not paying attention and doing a mass case opening. Not that that's a problem a normal person has. As you can see, the kukri knife disappears when you go open to rent. So let's try and do this. Open to rent. Not eligible for stat track, can't be modified. Okay, open to rent. Okay, there we go. There we go. So it's kind of a new pop-up system, I guess. And that's all the skins. We zoom out. Okay, so we've got these, expires in 7-day skins in my inventory. It looks like they all come field tested. What's the float on them? Are these generated at random? Yeah, they're definitely getting randomly generated. Look at this battered up block 18. Yeah, okay, that is interesting. So the float system obviously hasn't been changed. You can still randomly get given skins of any possible float. Now, for good measure, I've gone and bought another one. I want to see if you can rent it twice in a row. Let's just click on, okay, no, that's seeing it's already renting a Kilowatt case. These will expire in 7 days, so you can't rent stuff out multiple times in a row. So in that case, we're going to open this one. Right, that was a bad idea. Okay, so now that we've looked at what Valve have done, we're going to be talking about why Valve might have done it. Cases are a huge part of CS2, and especially CS2 skins. They're what makes all the money for Valve. They create scarcity when it comes to skins. They're a big effing deal. So Valve making any kind of change to them will have a massive effect. And all this is happening while the skins community is quite shell-shocked. In fact, after this video is done, I've got to make a video on all the other drama that's been happening. Long story short, something has happened in China that has led to some pretty insane doomerism and also just caused a lot of disruption and chaos. So some people are probably going to look at this renting feature and ask whether this is a sign Valve are planning on phasing out cases or something, or at the very least, getting rid of case openings. But I think it is very unlikely that's what Valve are trying to do. Now, to start with the most important point, cases make $75 million a month for Valve. They are not going to fuck with that unless they have no choice. What they might do though is add features to complement these case openings, and I think that is exactly what this update is. So adding rentals has a couple of benefits. Firstly, there are some places in the world where cases are banned. There's even been rumors about that potentially happening in China in the near future. And by adding this rental feature, it means people will have a way to use cases that doesn't involve gambling, and that means Valve can still make money from these places even if loot boxes are banned. It also provides a cheaper entry point for new players. New players may not want to spend $100 on an AK inheritance right away. Well, now that is not a problem. They can rent it for $2.50 when they get a Kilowatt case drop. Maybe they'll buy it later, maybe they won't, and either way, Valve still got their $2.50. So these are some pretty obvious benefits of Valve, and I don't think these changes really need much more of an explanation. What we should talk about though is the impact this might have on skins more broadly, because the market is built on cases after all. But this system of renting skins still consumes cases and still requires a key, so it's going to burn through cases exactly the same way as opening them does, and it's not necessarily going to devalue skins because it still costs money to rent them and uses up a finite resource, and you only get them for a week. Like, renting a collection for an entire year is going to cost over $100 US, and this is actually more expensive than owning skins because when you don't want skins that you own anymore, you can just sell them. If you pay $1,000 for a skin and then sell it for $1,000 a year later, well, that's cheaper than renting. Like, that hasn't really cost you anything. So I don't see this feature devaluing anyone's skins. I think it's going to have a use, it's going to be good for some people, but it's not going to change the overall dynamics of the market. I also think it's very interesting that Valve have only done this to the most recent case. I assume new cases will have this feature, but I get the impression that Valve don't want to risk causing too much disruption. It seems like they're being really cautious here. They want to add this new feature, but I also think they are quite wary about accidentally screwing over everyone with new skins, and that's why it's only been rolled out on a single case. However, I do think there will be an unexpected consequence from all of this. I think knives, or at least knives from cases with the option to rent skins, which is currently just the kukri knife, might end up getting more expensive because you can't get a gold when you rent skins. And there's probably going to be a lot of kids choosing to rent skins rather than open cases when they get a kilowatt drop after this update. And this could easily result in a lot less golds being unboxed. And less golds means higher prices. Either way, I don't think anyone should freak out over this update. It might be a bit of a shock, but it's not going to have disastrous consequences for your skins. It's just a cool extra feature that's probably a net positive and might make kukri knives a bit more expensive. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Heyzeus. Thanks for watching. See ya.